From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
I appreciate you watching. Please welcome my co-host, my studio audience. Oh boy. Ready to get started? Let's go. It's time for Hot Topics. You know, one thing that I forgot to thank you for is your appreciation of Judge Wendy. It's our new segment. It went over huge. Some people were like, they like it better than Hot Topics. Others were like, they like it better than Ask Wendy. But you know what? This Judge Wendy, let me tell you something. You thought I fixed the cases and all like that? No, these are real Wendy watchers with real problems, and I'm offering them real solutions. You know I love judge shows. I've always wanted to be a judge. But who has time for all that schooling? So we are going to feature Judge Wendy often and a lot here on the show. As well as more Hot Talk panel, lots of Ask Wendy's, and of course, our ever-juicy Hot Topics. I want to shout out to my family friend Snoop. So Snoop received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His wife, Shantae, was there. His daughter, Corey, is now 19. She was there. His son, Julian, who's 20, was there. And he thanked his parents, his wife, Dr. Dre, and Quincy Jones. But you know what he did that needs to be done more often? He thanked himself. Take a listen.
I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times. Snoop Dogg, you a bad guy.
More people need to thank themselves. You know, I mean, he came from nothing and built an empire. We love you, Snoop. We do. And congratulations. Okay, so speaking of Snoop, you know the play that he came here, he was promoting his play, he was going out, he and Tamar were starring in this play, okay? Redemption of a Dog. It's about Snoop playing a character who is just all twisted in life. And Tamar plays the angel who tries to save him. Okay. Well, Tamar is causing major drama in the play. Well, here's what happened. They performed last week in Washington, D.C. The first half of the show was fine. Then they took an intermission. And intermission's only supposed to be a few moments, 15 minutes. Everybody get up, stretch your legs, go get some licorice or something for $12. It's so expensive to see plays. 15 minutes to return. Well, that 15 minutes turned into 45 minutes because there was no Tamar. So the show starts again, but Tamar's role is now being played by someone else. A smaller woman who can't even fit her costume. And from what I understand, this is what happened. The security guard, or a security guard, because I'm sure they had tons, you know, Snoop and stuff. Bow, wow, wow. A security guard at the theater wouldn't allow Tamar's friend Backstage to bring her food. And Tamar threw a fit. And my thing is, if your name is not on the list, we can't play just because it's a friend and she's backstage and she has food for you. Then give the food to the security guard and he'll give it to Tamar. Tamar, if you knew your friend was bringing you food, why didn't you do the grown thing and put your friend's name on the list and alert security? It's so simple. It's so simple. You turn something so simple into a dramatic fit. The play is, okay, DC run was, I believe, the last show. Was it the last show?
Yeah, and I think it comes back...
In March.
In March.
Yeah. So it's coming back in March. I mean, you know, it's no secret that Tamar can be difficult. I mean, we've seen it, so, you know, and I'm not surprised. What I am surprised by is they were knocking on her door, asking her, you know, Tamar, what's going on? Tamar, what's going on? They sent Snoop to Tamar's dressing room. Snoop couldn't even calm her down. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm telling you, when the play comes back in March, she should not be there. You find somebody new. Nobody has time. Nobody has time. You know, I was telling you about Marlo Hampton the other day, and the reason that Candy Burris isn't producing, you know, her reality show, Marlo's own reality show, and it came out, is because Marlo was showing up late, showing up, you know, half, you know, nasty. You can't just breeze in and out of this business and play with people's money. And Tamar, you know that. It's time to grow up. Mario Cantone is here, all right. And he's doing a dramatic read of My First Kiss from my 2003 New York Times bestseller, Wendy's Got the Heat, my autobiography. And I was very descriptive about everything in that entire book. And it went on to do very well. And the reason why he's doing a dramatic read is because well, he'll explain to you why. He's working on a project. But I can't wait. I was on a train. Lying about my age. I know Mario's gonna do it the way Mario does it. All right. So this rap person, Tekashi 6ix9ine, it looks like he's going to prison for at least 32 years or the rest of his life. Oh, yes. This is what your daughter brings home. He's 22. This is what your daughter brings home. Is this what you want? His government name is Daniel Hernandez. Congratulations, Mrs. Hernandez. What a winner. He's 22. He was arrested overnight after a 5-year investigation by the NYPD, the AFT, and Homeland Security. 5-year investigation. We didn't even know who he was 5 years ago. What is it? And he was only 17. Turns out he was arrested for racketeering and firearms charges. Show the picture of the gun that they found, one of the many guns that they... Yes, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. This picture is from the blast. It's an AR-15, recovered from Daniel's apartment. Anyway, Daniel and his team are gang related, but deep gang related. They're selling drugs, they're doing drugs, they're robbing people, they're murdering people, why do I have to say allegedly? This story is everywhere. Okay, allegedly. Allegedly. So, you know what I feel? I feel like, first of all, I don't feel sorry for the kid. And I feel like he was not the leader of the gang, but every time it gets brought up, his name comes first. I saw footage of him in court. He was shivering and scared. Shivering, all that stuff goes away when you're really facing the judge. And he also said, I got $1.7 million in the bank. I'll give it to you now if I can just go. He was denied bail yesterday, so he's still in jail right now. And he's got a 3-year-old daughter, you know, so she'll suffer. And all this manufacturing of a star, this is so corny. It's so corny. Are you serious with all this? All the tattoos and the colored hair, ugh. So then when you throw that stuff on and you try to play gang, 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 you don't understand. There are people in gangs that are playing for real. And they've been doing it a lot longer than you, Tekashi. But they do want to go to Europe with you and, you know, use your money or steal your watches or whatever they do, and use you as the front man. Turns out this kid was really big overseas prior to us knowing him. We've only known about him for maybe a year or something. Excuse me. We've only known him, doesn't he look like Prince's sister? And he's been given a lot. This Daniel has been given a lot of chances. And New York doesn't like rappers, and they don't play with these gangs. I don't know where you live. Have fun in jail or prison. I'm sure you will. Why are you swinging your camera, Rambo? So, you know, Paris Hilton has called off her engagement. Allegedly, she called it off with this guy, Chris Zilka. He was on some sort of show that I never watched. You know, it was called Leftovers. Have you ever heard The Leftovers? Okay, well, he was on it. He was making his own money. You know, cool. They met, but she was so busy focusing on her career that she wanted to call things off. So she's called off the engagement. She's DJing. She's promoting, you know, her perfumes and her curling irons and her hair extensions and stuff. You know what? That's them when they got engaged. And every time she gets engaged, because this is the 3rd time she's been engaged and called it off, 3 different men. 3 different men. And by the way, they originally, this one right here, Chris and Paris, were supposed to be getting married like now. But she's the one who called it, postponed the wedding arrangements until, you know, like next summer or something, while she was, for her to DJ and MC and, you know, travel the world. In 2003, she was engaged to a model. In 2005, he looks very uncomfortable hugging her. How you doing? Anyway, in 2005, she was engaged to a Greek shipping heir. He looks too faded to know. But my thing with Paris, and I love her, you know I adore her, she's a very, very nice person, but you know how there's some women who are really pretty and they have it all, but for whatever reason, they're damaged. Like I think she's damaged. I think she loves herself more than she'll ever love a man. And there's nothing wrong with that in terms of course, love yourself. Follow what I'm saying though. She can't share her life. Her life is shared with the world. And she loves her career more than she'll ever love a man. And God forbid she ever becomes a mother. Will she slow down or drag the baby around the world? I don't know. And it's always, I'm so in love. Oh my God. No, she falls hard, she falls deep. I'm so in love. Chris gave her a $2 million, 22-carat pear diamond ring, which is cheap. That's a good discount. As a matter of fact, they might have paid less than that because they got it from Paris's personal jeweler, and so you know that's a connection. However, in their state, the engagement ring must be given back. So let's see what she does. Is she gonna be cheesy and keep it? And I don't consider this a postponement of engagement when you give the ring back. I consider it, you broke up. How do you postpone an engagement? Who are we fooling? All that pretty, but maybe she's bad in bed. Just saying. So, you know, Mario is here, but I want to tell you that, you know, he's part of the Sex and the City empire, and you know that. And the third Sex and the City movie was supposed to be happening, but it looks like it never will. Kim Cattrall, of course, won't sign on. She doesn't like SJP. And SJP refuses to acknowledge that, but Kim has said it all, everywhere. Well, here's what was supposed to happen, though, in the plot line of the third movie. Mr. Big was supposed to be killed off. Why are we killing Big? He was supposed to be dying of a heart attack in the shower. Oh. And then the whole movie was going to be focusing on Carrie recovering from, you know, the death instead of the four girls in their relationship. I'm not watching that. I'm glad they didn't do it. Like, I like SJP, but the Carrie Bradshaw character, she gives me kooky, nutty. Like, she's the furthest thing from anything I've ever been. You know, she gives me kooky and nutty, but her personal life on the show, And I can't see her mourning all day, you know? And I want to see what Miranda's doing and how big Brady has gotten, you know? And most importantly, I want to go over to the Upper East Side and see Charlotte. Yes. Anyway, so, but that's some good hair on SJP though, right? Serving. All right. I wanted to share this story with you, and you can think how you want. There's a high school in England that is banning students from wearing designer coats to stop other kids from feeling poor. This is the word they use, so I'm talking to you the way I'm talking to you. Brands like Canada Goose and Montclair, which range in price from, you know, $500 to $2,000. The school sent letters home to parents claiming the coats caused a lot of inequality between students. Honey, let me tell you something right now. I'm out here doing my thing all day. If I want to get my son a Montclair coat because it's warm, number one, he's standing at the bus stop, and I'm sorry if your kid doesn't have a Montclair coat, but what we teach our kid is don't big time your kid. You know, we need to teach more manners when these kids are wearing these expensive things. That's the thing. You know, if parents would focus on raising civilized, kind kids, then give them those new Jordans, you know, or, you know, the new whatever. We work hard in our house. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Although I have to tell you something. I was in Walmart the other day in the men's department because the women's coats were a little too tight and not long enough. And I spotted an army green jacket for $53. And I bought this jacket. It's giving the warm effect. It looks like a Saint Laurent. So I have it at the house. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna put patches on it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. All I'm saying is, you know what? Parents work hard, then you work harder so you can provide for you and your kids. All right. We've got more great show for you, everybody.